Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have a very simple keto cupcake recipe for you. Today we are going to make keto chocolate chip cupcakes with keto white chocolate frosting. And if you want printable versions of these recipes, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find printable versions of these recipes and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So, while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Lightly spray about 10 muffin cup molds. The silicone ones work best for coconut flour. The paper liners, you can get away with them, but they sometimes have a tendency to stick into the cupcake. So just keep that in mind if you do use paper liners instead of the silicone molds. In a medium mixing bowl, combine 119 grams or around 1 cup of coconut flour, 126 grams or around 3/4 cup of the granulated sweetener of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever granulated sweetener you want. You can also use more or less depending on how sweet you want your cupcakes. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 14 grams or around 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Sift or whisk these all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 3 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir in more smoothly. Stir the eggs into the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients have been lightly moistened by the eggs. If you need to, you can get your fingers in there a little bit and press the dry ingredients into the eggs. If it seems like the dry ingredients are not moistening well, you do want to get them all moist. Add a 1/2 cup of butter that's been melted and cooled. Make sure it is cooled. You do not want to put hot butter into your mixture. It's okay if it's a little warm, but you don't want it hot. Stir the butter together with the eggs and the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined. Add 240 grams or around a 1/2 cup of plain yogurt or sour cream and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. You can use more or less depending on how much of a vanilla flavor you want in your cupcakes. Stir everything together until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth dough. Yes, this is more of a dough than a batter. Traditional cupcakes, you use a batter. When you use coconut flour, it is thick. And so it's pretty much more the texture of a dough than a batter. Scrape down the sides of the bowl, push all the dough to the center of the bowl and form it into a smooth ball. Then massage the ball for just about 10-20 seconds. You just want to make sure the texture, you want to make sure that the ingredients are all holding together well. After you massage the dough for just a few seconds, you're going to test your dough by taking a small portion of the dough and just rolling it around in your hands just a little bit. It should come together smoothly to form a tight ball. If it seems like it's not coming together and it's crumbly or anything, then just add a little bit more melted butter or a little tiny bit of the milk of your choice. Then use a wooden spoon and break up your dough ball just a little bit and gradually fold in around 86 grams or about a 1/2 cup of keto chocolate chips. You can use more or less of the chocolate chips depending on how many chocolate chips you want in your cupcakes. Just don't go too crazy with it because if you put too many chocolate chips into your cupcakes, it will affect the texture. Spoon the dough out evenly between the 10 muffin cups. It's around 3 tablespoons of the dough in each cup. As you're spooning in the dough, use your fingers and press the dough down so that it is evenly distributed throughout each cup. Once it is evenly distributed throughout the cup, make sure that the top of your cupcake is smooth. You want to have a nice flat top, not an uneven top. Then place the cupcakes in your preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees for 18 to 20 minutes or until the cupcakes are lightly golden around the edges and a tester comes out clean. Once they're done baking, remove them from the oven. They still will be a little bit soft and fragile, but they will firm up as they cool. So allow them to cool in the pan for at least 30 minutes so that all the ingredients can sit together really well and they won't come apart when you go to remove them from the cupcake molds. After 30 minutes, remove them from your cupcake molds and place them on a wire rack and allow them to cool completely before frosting them. Make sure they are cooled completely before you try to put any frosting on them. If they are warm, your cupcake will most likely fall apart when you go to frost it. For the white chocolate frosting, in a medium-sized microwave-safe bowl, place 8 ounces of Keto white chocolate chips and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Microwave on high for about 30 seconds or just until the chips are just starting to melt. Then remove it from the microwave and stir the chips a little bit so they don't burn on the bottom. Then microwave on high in about 20-second intervals until the chips are mostly melted. And stir the white chocolate and the coconut oil all together until it's fully combined and the chips are completely melted. Then set it aside for about 1 to 2 minutes so that it cools to room temperature. Then in a large mixer bowl, place 1 cup of very soft butter. Make sure it's just soft. You do not want this melted. You just want it to be soft enough so that when you beat it together, it beats in smoothly. Beat the butter on low for about 10 seconds or just until the butter starts breaking up a little bit. Then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for 1 to 2 minutes or until the butter is smooth and creamy and almost white in color. Add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can use more or less depending on how much of a vanilla hint you want in your frosting. Then turn your mixer on to low and gradually pour in the melted chocolate. If you need to, you can stop the mixer every now and then and scrape down the sides of the mixing bowl so that all of your ingredients stays in the center so that it mixes well. Once the chocolate is fully added, increase the speed to medium-low and beat on medium-low for about 30 seconds or so just to make sure that the chocolate and the butter are fully creamed together. Then once again, reduce the speed on your mixer to low and gradually add in about 125 grams or around 1 cup of the powdered sweetener of your choice. I'm using a mixture of powdered monk fruit sweetener and powdered allulose. You can use whatever powdered sweetener you want. Once the powdered sweetener is fully added, increase your speed to medium-low and beat on medium-low for around 2 to 3 minutes or until the frosting is creamy and slightly fluffy. Once the frosting's done, then spoon your frosting into a piping bag or piping gun, or you can just use a butter knife and spread the frosting. Pipe or spread your desired amount of frosting onto each cupcake. Again, make sure the cupcakes are completely cooled before you start putting your frosting on them. Also, this does make quite a bit of frosting, so if you want to, you can just half this recipe if you're not wanting to put a lot of frosting on your cupcakes. Or if you do have leftover frosting, you can always store it in your refrigerator for up to 3 days and make some more cupcakes or cookies or anything that you want to put frosting on. Once your cupcakes are all frosted, if you want to, you can sprinkle a little bit of grated milk chocolate over the top. However you want to decorate them is up to you. Or just leave them as they are. They look pretty just as they are. Then you can serve them immediately. Or if you do have any leftovers, store them in your refrigerator in an airtight container for up to 1 week. Eat and enjoy. And those are our recipes of the day. I hope you enjoyed them both. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.